I think the biggest thing for you is you got to get more comfortable with, saying how you feel to men. And obviously we've talked about this in situations where, you want to make sure you feel safe and you want to feel comfortable. You shouldn't really be, especially when it comes to sex, and especially when it comes to your body, you should never feel worried about their feelings, honestly. You shouldn't be worried about hurting their feelings. You shouldn't be worrying about it embarrassing them. You shouldn't be worried. You should be very, and even if a guy's like, listening to you, when a guy's like, hey, do you want, like you said, he pulled out and immediately asked you to have a threesome.
After she told him she didn't want to.
Was your response like, what the fuck would you ask me that for? Or I feel like you'd be like, well, I'd rather not. I mean, you seem like a very sweet person. Yeah.
Slap him. Get out
there. I mean, that's a fucked up thing to do. It's like, short of you having this very, sort of you being two people who are very on the same page sexually, right? And you have a very open relationship and talking about it. That's just a rude thing to ask. It's a very objectifying thing to ask. I can only imagine how you might have felt in that moment and how him saying that made you feel, trying to connect with him on a physical level. Like, it's a dick move, right? And short of you, in which you didn't, it seems like, giving you some sort of like clearance to ask a question like that, it was a very rude thing for him to say to you. And so you need to get more comfortable with realizing that and pushing back, and getting a little more confidence in that. And I think if you do that, I think you will notice a difference in the situations you find yourself in. And you just have to get better at not feeling bad about this. And, because people in general, and specifically, you've heard the cliche, you give someone an inch, they take a foot. And if someone senses your sweetness and someone senses that you lack the ability to, really tell them how fucked up that is, they're going to ask you crazy questions. That kind of goes for everyone. It's just kind of human nature that we do this. And I'm not even just talking about in this situation with sex or the woman, like, us, we're humans, we're kind of messed up that way.